It's lunchtime, my dude.
Hey everybody, today I'm going to be taking you into my kitchen and I'm going to be showing you how to make a super easy toffee almond cookie. It's loaded with slivered almond and Skor bits. It's super delicious, it's easy, it's simple, it's perfect for school lunches. They're delicious right out of the oven. They're super chewy cookies. They're really good. If you can't eat an entire batch of cookies, the dough freezes really well. So you can freeze the cookie dough in little pucks and take it out and put it on a tray and bake it at a later date if you want. As always, the recipe is in the description box below. I hope you enjoy this recipe. Let's get started. So to start up these cookies, I'm just going to cream together the butter and these sugars. Butter just keeps getting stuck. So you just want to keep mixing it until all of the sugar and butter is incorporated together. So for this particular recipe, I don't want my butter and sugar to be light and fluffy. Perfect. So just scraping the paddle attachment in the sides of the bowl to make sure that all of the butter and sugar got mixed together properly. You don't want there to be just like a clump of butter or just like a clump of sugar in your cookie dough. Alright, so that looks good now. And we can move on to the next step. So the next step is going to be adding the eggs. I'm going to crack the eggs in one at a time and I'm just going to wait for the eggs to be fully incorporated before I add the next one. That is looking good. Now we're going to add in our vanilla extract. So just 1 teaspoon of this. I like to use pure vanilla extract, but you can totally use artificial. Vanilla is super expensive. Okay, so now that all of the wet ingredients have been mixed together, I'm just going to start adding in the flour and baking soda, the baking powder, and the salt. Since this isn't a big batch of cookies, I just like to mix it in all at once, and then I mix the flour in at a really low speed so that it doesn't splash up and hit me in the face. Alright, so now we're just going to scrape the paddle attachment and the sides of the bowl and make sure that all of the flour and all of the cookie dough has been mixed together properly. One of the most important steps to baking, in my opinion, if you're using a mixer like this, is to constantly be scraping the bowl while you're mixing, because you want all of your ingredients to get incorporated into your dough. So now that our cookie dough is all mixed together, it's time to add in our extra ingredients. So we're going to start off with the almonds. Now we're going to add the Skor bits. The thing that I love so much about this cookie dough recipe is that if you don't want to use the almonds or the toffee bit, you can use pretty much anything else and these cookies will turn out amazing. They are like soft and chewy and delicious. They're so good fresh out of the oven. Alright, so now that all the items have been mixed in, I'm just going to use my fingers to scrape everything off the paddle attachment and back into the bowl. We don't want to waste any of this delicious cookie dough. It's like edible gold. It's so f***ing good. I can't fake it. It is so freaking good. Of course, too, if you just want to eat all the cookie dough off the paddle attachment, go right ahead. I'm trying to be professional for this video, so I'm not doing that, but I usually do. Okay, now we're just going to scrape the sides of the bowl. Let's kind of get everything into the middle so it's a little bit easier to scoop out of the bowl when we're putting all of our cookies onto a tray. So I'm just going to take this ice cream scoop and scoop out a bunch of the dough. Plop out my and we're just going to fill up the whole entire tray now. So now these babies are ready to go into the oven and we're going to put them in at 350 for about 10 minutes.
A few minutes later.
Alright, so now our cookies are out of the oven. They are soft and chewy. They're awesome for school lunches, perfect snack. If you're just someone who likes to eat cookies, these are super easy to make and they're really good. One of the things that I love most about these little cookie pucks is that you can easily cook them into the toaster oven as well. If you have a toaster oven, just set it on high for like 15 minutes and you should be able to bake your cookie off no problem. It's awesome if you live in a dorm or if you live by yourself, or like I said earlier, if you live in a house where everybody's on a diet or will have allergies or different restrictions, or there's no point baking an entire batch of cookies because no one's going to eat them. This is a way to still get your fresh baked cookie without wasting anything. When I'm putting them in the freezer, I like to write the instructions just on the bag in case anyone else finds a cookie and they decide that they want to eat a cookie that day. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe video. Stay tuned for more.